In this video, we are going to learn how to create VBA code that is compatible with Mac and Windows. So in this video, I am going to show you how to write code for selecting folder. You know that in Windows version, we have application.file dialog, which let you select the specific folder and user can choose that particular folder from that file dialog. But in case of Mac, that's not available. So in this video, I'm going to show you how can we do the same thing, same file selector or folder selector in Mac, and how can that code dynamically understand that if this is Mac, then use the Mac version of code, and if this is Windows, then use Windows version of the code. So let's get it started. This is our final end code, and I have bring those code from my collection, so it will be easier to explain the code instead of writing the code from scratch. Okay, so I'll just select the icon and then I'll just choose a folder. Let's say this one. Okay, and now I'll just put it here. I can do a little bit resizing and then just select that shape, right click, size and property, and I prefer this option that don't move or size with cells. Okay, so it will be as this is right now. Now I'll just assign a macro which I already have, and I'll just show you the demo that what is our end code. So if you click on this button, it will ask you to choose a specific folder. If you look carefully, right, it's asking me to choose a specific folder, and then let's say a VBA web, and if I press OK, then it will just put that folder path here, and I have created a name range in this section so that I can dynamically reference this cell in Power Query or in VBA, and I don't need to change any code later on if I just insert any rows or columns. So that's really helpful as well. And I'll show you the demo for the Mac as well. And in the same way, we can do this folder selection in both operating system. Now let me explain the code. Okay, so right click on this tab, click on the assign macro, click on the edit. So you don't need to find that particular sub where it is. That's another cool tips. So if you look at this code, it says folder path, and I'm saying get selected folder path, and I'm just passing a prompt. Okay, if you look at carefully, if we run this again, it says select folder. So that is basically what the prompt is. Okay, select folder. And if you cancel that folder selection, it will return a null string. So we can do a check that if folder path equals to null string, then again just show a message box that you have cancelled folder selection. Right? You can just show a pop-up and then exit out. Now if I do the same thing again, if I just run the code again and cancel this, it says you have cancelled folder selection, and that's it. So it's a nice tips again. Now let me explain what this one is doing. Okay, get selected folder path. So if you go into this, then it says get selected folder path, and at the top I do have a conditional compilation. Okay, this hash sign means this is doing that compilation when this is compiling the code. Like, if it's a Mac, then it will do this particular stuff. If it's not Mac, then it will not do this particular code compilation. And if we have a wrong code here as well, it will do nothing if it's not a Mac. Okay, so that is really helpful to understand that, okay, if it's a Mac, then do this. If it's not a Mac, then do other stuff. Or if it's not a Mac, then don't do this stuff. Okay, so let me show you again. Click on this, and then you can say it goes directly into this line. It come here and says that it's not a Mac, so ignore this and go into the other stuff, right? So it's conditional compilation. So that's another cool tips. Now for this Windows version, you can see application.file dialog, and I'm saying that folder picker, and then it's just checking that, okay, allow multi-select. No, I'm just trying to get only one file. This is the title. This is the initial file name. So this is another important tips, that if you want to open up this folder selector to the recently used file, then you can use this function current directories. Okay, and it will open up that particular folder selector on the currently used folder. Okay, you can see that is downloads, and then it's just checking that if it's successful, then get that first item of that object, and that is what we have selected. Okay, so that's for the Windows version. But if it's in a Mac version, then you can see it says get selected folder path equals to get selected folder on Mac. Now if you go into this sub, then it says script, and then script is set folder path to POSIX path of choose folder with prompt, and then we are just passing that prompt. Okay, and then it's just using this Mac script. So this one will be called when this sample file is open in a Mac based OS. Okay, and this Mac script will run this particular script, and in this section we are just saying that set this folder path variable to whatever user choose with this particular prompt. And once we get that, then Mac script will return that particular result. Okay, and that is get selected folder on Mac. Okay, and that's it. If you just cancel this selection, it will go into this state part, and then it will just say null state. So now you can see our code is compatible with Windows and Mac, and you don't need to worry if you are opening this file in a Windows or if it's in Mac. Okay, and this will work in both ways. So that's it. Let me know if you have any question, and consider subscribing so that we can reach to more people who wants to learn this same stuff. Have a good day.